Hello, everyone. It is 6:33 at night. It is 11/11/2021. That's almost, never mind. I've been lazy lately. I don't know. I just don't think I got what it takes to sit here and talk to you people with this face and this voice and have anyone listen. No one wants to listen to this face or voice. I certainly can't make any money just to support myself if with this face and this voice. And so I got to figure out. I think I've got to put some effort into some other options so I can provide you with something you're comfortable paying me for. It certainly isn't sex, I'm sure. All right, so I just saw something in a form of media. Oh, did I lose it? Well, there's always history. Oh, no, there it is. Okay. So this was on Microsoft, MSN. They usually don't. So it's still Fox News. I was still surprised to find it here. Newly released internal emails reveal that the National School Boards Association coordinated with the White House and the Department of Justice before sending President Biden the notorious letter that compared concerned parents to domestic terrorists. Well, this is astonishing if it's true. Viola Garcia, the NSBA president, whom the Department of Education later named to a federal board, sent a memo to NSBA members on October 11th, but dated it October 12th. How do we know this? I don't know. Providing a timeline in the SMBA interaction with the White House ahead of the letter to Biden, which the NSBA sent on September 29th. 5 days later, on October 4th, the DOJ issued a memo directing law officers to investigate threats to school boards from parents. All right. What I find crazy is I watch a lot of fucking stuff so I can stay informed, so you can stay informed if you could handle this face and this voice, which it's not the face and the voice, but it's how I present them, I'm sure. Room for improvement is what you're saying. Possibly. All right. Where to go? Oh, it's in the Explorer. I usually don't use the Explorer. Listen with me, if you will. Oh. All right. So it doesn't echo. And we can get a proper listening going.
School officials against.
Is there any connection, Mr. Attorney General, with the school board letter and then 5 days later your memo to regarding school board issues?
Obviously, the letter, which was public and asked for assistance from the Justice Department, was brought to our attention, and it's a relevant factor in.
Who gave you the letter?
I'm sorry?
How'd you become aware of the letter? Who gave it to you?
I read about the letter in the news. That's how I read about it.
What the White House told you to write the memo?
No one in the White House spoke to me about the memo at all, but I am sure, at least I certainly would believe that the White House communicated its concerns about the letter to the Justice Department, and that is
Oh, that was my next question. Did you or anyone at the Justice Department discuss the memo with White House personnel or with anyone at the White House before the memo was sent?
I did not. I don't know whether anyone discussed the memo. I am sure that the communication from the National Association of School Boards was discussed between the White House and the Justice Department, and that's perfectly appropriate, just as.
Who were those individuals? Who at the White House talked with? Who at the Justice
I
Department?
don't know.
Did they talk to you? Did someone call you?
I think I've answered. No one from the White House spoke to me, but the White House is perfectly appropriately concerned about violence, just like they're concerned about violence in the streets, and they make requests of the Justice Department in that respect, just like they're concerned
Did you
about.
or anyone at the Department of Justice communicate with the American Federation of Teachers, the National Education Association, the National School Boards Association prior to your memo?
This, I think, is the part that I wanted to get to.
I did not. I don't know.
You don't know if anyone else at the Justice Department did?
I don't know.
You know if did you or anyone at the Justice Department communicate with those organizations, AFT, NEA, National School Boards Association, prior to the letter? Did you help the National School Board Association put together the letter?
Again, not. I have had no such conversations. I would be surprised if that happened.
These are the people that are supposed to be the head of these organizations. I'm so sick of watching these, whether it's the president of Facebook, what's his name, the alien guy, Zuckerberg, or whoever, Jack Dorsey, or whoever, get a congressional subpoena and under oath say they don't know what the fuck's going on in their organization. That alone should say they shouldn't be a part. Like Comey has done it, and trust me, this isn't partisan. I'd feel this way if anyone was up there bullshitting about what their department's doing, what their branch of government's doing, if they're the head person, especially when it concerns national level, top of the hierarchy, like things that they're putting out to the nation. This wasn't some county issue in some far off Republican area where they said, "Hey, we think there's some conservatives down there getting a little radical." To a certain no. This was a national, federal memo to all agencies about all teachers concerning all school boards. For this guy who put his signature on it to play dumb, like he wasn't intricately involved in the whole process, because that's what his job is. When you're setting federal regulations or even sending out a memo about what, as a federal branch of the government, how we're going to view a certain section or demographic, this is no small thing. It's a high up on the hierarchy. He put his signature on it, and now he's trying to say, I'm not really familiar with everything going on with this. I'm tired of this. Also, I was watching the Comey interviews, I think we need to rewrite federal law that says no investigative body underneath our House or Senate, which is all of them, right? Maybe except the only exception might be the Supreme Court, the executive branch, or each other, right? I'm not even sure about that. If our House representative, I don't care which side, or our Senate representatives, I don't care which side, have issued a subpoena to the head of any agency, a law needs to be passed saying if they're being asked a question about an investigation that is ongoing, they are required to answer it, because the benefit to our country supersedes any one single investigation as to any one area of our great nation. And so if the Congress has decided that it is of such vital importance that they know what's going on in an investigation, that no officer is allowed to plead the fifth based on ongoing investigations, or saying, I can't comment on a, it should be law. And it should be law of the land that you're not allowed to do that. That if a congressman, a duly elected congressman to the highest House of Representatives, to the highest branch of federal government, the Senate, or even the president, the executive order, has issued a subpoena for your presence in front of them, then it should be law saying, regardless of an ongoing investigation, you still must answer all the questions to the best of your knowledge, or be held in contempt of court or contempt of something.
But I don't know.
Will FBI agents be attending local school board meetings?
No, FBI agents will not be attending local school boards meetings, and there's nothing in this memo to suggest that. I want to, again, try to be clear. This memo is about violence and threats of violence.
Let me just point out, the same day you did the memo, the Justice Department sent out a press release, Monday, October 4th, 2021. The press release says, Justice Department addresses violent threats against school officials and teachers. Now, you said earlier to a question from one of my colleagues on the Republican sides that parents aren't domestic terrorists, we're not going to treat them that way. But let me just read from the third paragraph. According to the Attorney General's memorandum, the Justice Department will launch a series of additional efforts in the coming days designed to address the rising criminal conduct directed towards school personnel. Those efforts are expected to include a creation of a task force consisting of representatives from the Department's Criminal Division, Civil Rights Division, Executive Office of U.S. Attorneys, the FBI, the Community Relations Service, Office of Justice Programs, and
FBI.
the National Security Division. Now, I find that interesting. You said there's no way you're going to be treating parents as domestic terrorists, but you got the National Security Division in a press release regarding your memo that day.
My memo does not mention the National Security Divisions. It's addressed to
I didn't say it did. I said the press release accompanying your memo that day from the Department of Justice, right here it is,
I'm going to be as clear
talks about
as
the
I
National
can be.
Security Division
It's
being
not-
part of this effort.
I want to be clear as I can be. This is not about what happens inside school board meetings. It's only about threats of violence and violence aimed at school officials, school employees, and teachers.
So you have to take my word on this, but the particulars of those threats, if my memory serves, it might not, were tops about 5 to 8 incidences, none of them resulting in criminal charges, and none of them actually pertaining to any physical violence. Just upset parents that may have used certain language that was uncomfortable, but in no way did any charges brought up. So you have 8 instances of school board possible harassment. And based off that, the Attorney General from the Department of Justice of the land, of our federal government, heightens, says these parents are suddenly a problem, and calls them possible domestic terrorists, even though it was only 8 instances, and even though no charges, even though no violence actually occurred. That's kind of the background on this. But what gets me is we all just heard that he didn't know if this took place. Let me read it one more time. Newly released internal emails reveal that the National School Boards Association coordinated with the White House and the Department of Justice before sending President Biden the notorious letter that compared concerned parents to domestic terrorists. Dude said, I'd be surprised. Why is the head of the Department of Justice surprised about the internal workings of his highest officials concerning these board members, these school board members, and a memorandum that was sent to them that he replied to, which it's bullshit. And I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of the fact that our Congress seems to be impotent, flaccid. They can't get a fucking straight answer from no one. And this is like somehow accepted behavior. It makes the most powerful branches of our government unable to get to the bottom of national concerns, domestic and foreign, of critical nature, and it allows snakes and swamp creatures to just go about their business and claim, I don't know, you can't prove I knew, because we're smart enough not to. Well, fuck, sometimes this is the crux of why our nation is falling apart. One of the, I don't know, it's the ability to coerce the people we've, whether through elections or through assignment, have put at the head of these departments. We have to have the ability to get them to speak the truth and tell us exactly what happened in whatever situation arises, by allowing them to circumvent the House or the Senate. I don't care who's asking. I don't care if it's the Democrats. I don't care if it's the Republicans. I want these representatives to be held accountable to our highest branches, regardless if it's an ongoing investigation. And if they answer like this, they shouldn't give the option to resign. They should be expelled from those duties immediately. If you don't know what's going on in major situations, in major meetings prior to something happening, then you're not being responsible, and you're not being dutiful in your responsibilities that American people have entrusted you with. And I don't care who's president. I don't care if it's the left or the right. Whoever, if it's our Congress, we need to respect Congress as a body, as a whole. Okay, that's all. I'm done. So thanks for listening, all three of you. I appreciate it. I was going to get I'll go back and edit it, except I'm too fucking lazy. Right now, my only form of support can come in the form of Bitcoin. So before this video is over, I'm going to hopefully edit it in my Bitcoin. Oh! I can do that right now because I'm smart. Kind of, sort of, sometimes. No. I thought I was smart. Sticky notes. Sticky notes. Ooh. Oh, wow. I could accidentally give you somebody else's Bitcoin number. I think that's my Bitcoin hash. All right. So, I hate my. So if you look down in the links below, there'll be a Bitcoin hash. You'll know if you have Bitcoin. I need money. I'm broke. I've got broken everything. All right, everybody, stop feeling sorry for yourself. I mean me or some. And check out the ones you love. Check often. This is Captain Kirk, and I'm out.